Yeah. Okay, so today we're gonna install these light fixtures that was actually black, but now I spray painted them gold. And we're gonna put them up here. Can you see it? Up here, and I'm gonna get the electrical power from over there. You're gonna run the wire up and through, up over there, and all the way over here. So today that is my job to install these amazing light fixtures that I only picked up for $59 each. Can you believe that? On Amazon they're like $150 to $200. Okay, thanks. Now let's get going. So first I'm going to mark out my boxes, where I want my boxes to be in the ceiling. So I'm just going to place it where I have it marked previously. Just like that. Just going to put an outline because I want it exact. I don't want any extra hole around the box, so I'm just going to mark it out exact. And then I'm just going to cut it out with a drywall knife. And because I have two lights, I have two of these, I'm going to mark another one over there. So this is going to be the first one. I'm going to cut it out now and see how that goes. Okay, so because now that I got my hole cut, it's just drywall. So I need something to hold the box, the junction box inside my hole, so that when I attach my pendant light, they're pretty heavy, so I don't want them to just rip out of the drywall. So I'm going to put these pieces inside like this on the sides, so I can have something to attach my box and enough weight across to support the weight across the drywall so it doesn't cave in or break on me. Okay, alright, so let's do that now. Okay, so now that we have both holes cut in the ceiling with the supports on the inside for the support the weight of the light, I'm gonna start running our wires. So there we go. This is now running my wires to the next hole. Get some length. I want to make sure I kind of straighten it out a little bit, so we got a kind of straight path right over to the next hole. This is running the wires between the joists, so it should be no issues getting the wire over to the next hole. And yeah, that's about it. So once I get this wire over to the next hole, again, I'm gonna go over, take a look, make sure that it's all the way over there. But just need enough wire to get over there. And I'm gonna take a walk and see if there's any. I see the wire over on the next side. Okay, going up. I'm just gonna reach over and that's not it. That's a different wire. And nope, don't see it yet. So just gonna go back over, push it again, and see if it comes over. Okay. And now we got. Okay, so now that we got our wire run in between the junction boxes, I'm just gonna clip them to length. It doesn't have to be too long or too short, just to make sure that it's not gonna fall back out. You fall back through the hole. So just give it a little bit. You can always trim it off later once you decide how long you want it. So after I run my power cord, I'm just gonna clip it, and then I'm gonna run another cord from that side of the box all the way over to where I punch the hole through the support for the upper floor, and I'm going to bring it down the wall towards the plug, because that's where my power is coming from, over there where the plug is. And I'm just going to put my light switch over onto the side for these pendant lights. Okay, so now we already have one junction box in for one pendant light. We have the second one here. So we're just gonna install this box, screw it up to our support. Already run our power cord over there, all the way down, across, and we're going over to where I'm gonna put the light switch for those pendant lights. And at the bottom there, I had to cut that space out at the bottom so I can get my cord run through there. So that's where my power is coming from the plug, back all the way up to my light switch, across, and then we'll have light soon. So in another maybe half an hour or so, I should have my lights up, and we'll see how it looks like at the end. Okay, thanks. Okay, so just starting to wire up put the wires together. So remember, black with black, white with white, and most important, make sure you have everything ground inside the box. Ground. When you put in your receptacle for your switch, you make sure you ground that also. And where you're getting the power, you make sure you're gonna ground it over there also. So very important to ground everything, black with black, white with white. Okay, just gonna finish up now. Okay, so now we're gonna finish off the switch. So we have white wires and black wires. White wires are your neutral, black wires are your hot, and obviously you have your ground that you want to make sure that you get grounded inside the box. So let's and this is for the light switch. This is a switch for the lights that's going to be up on top over there. So what we want to do, we want to connect the two neutral together and black separated when we get to the switch. Okay, so let's connect the two whites together. Right now there's no power, obviously, when it's not on, so we don't have to worry about getting shock or electrocuted or anything. So we're just gonna twist these together nice and tight so they don't come apart. And of course we have our caps so that nothing is exposed when it's inside the box. And right now I'm just gonna cap it. I'm gonna screw it on tight, make sure it doesn't come apart, and just gonna stick it inside the box, make sure everything goes inside the box. And now for our light switch, it's a single pole light switch, so just gonna put that on. I just bought it at Home Depot, and this is what it looks like. Just a regular light switch, up and down. You got your two hot and your ground. Obviously there's no white that goes to this because your whites are connected together, so all you have left is your two power supply. You got your two hot, which is usually what's carrying your power. So let's put those together now. So when we put in our light switch, you want to have, it says top on the switch itself, so we want to keep that to the top, obviously. And because we're not going to use the two screws on the side, we're going to use the push-in method. We're going to screw those in, make sure those are in, and we're going to push in our power into the switch itself. So let's screw those in because we're not going to use those. We don't want them touching against the metal box, and so we're just going to screw them in, and we're going to attach our ground over here, and that's it. Okay, so let's start doing that. Let's attach the ground first. I'm going to pull the ground back out of the box. I have it attached to the box also, so let's get that out. And start with screwing this back down, tighten it up. You don't really have to put the ground around the screw itself, because if you just screw it into the box, because the ground is grounded to the box, you don't really have to put the ground wire around the screw on the switch. As long as you have the ground connected to the box itself, then the switch will be grounded anyway. So okay, so let's just screw these in. We don't want these sticking out. I should put some electrical tape around them, because that is the safest way. Just wrap electrical tape around it so nothing is exposed. So now all I gotta do is I'm gonna push in my 2 power all the way in. Make sure there's in, and they're in, so we're good. And now we're just gonna go back and wrap our ground around our ground screw. Give it a little bend over so we can get it around the screw itself. Actually, let's just take it back out. Take it back out, and we're just gonna ground it. Instead of grounding it on the box itself, we're gonna ground it directly onto the switch itself. So I'll disconnect it back off the inside of the box. You can go either way, but I think because it's a little short, if I have it inside the box, it won't reach out to the switch. And I'm just gonna go directly onto the switch with the ground. And there we are. Now we can get it right out the box. And I'm just gonna put it directly to the screw. Just gonna connect it right over the screw. Back off the screw a little bit, so I have room to get the ground onto the screw itself. So there we go. And now all I gotta do is tighten it down and good to go. And that is how you put in a light switch. And make sure it's really tight. You don't want it coming off. And now we just push everything back inside the box. Make sure you got room for everything. And gonna unscrew this and screw the switch into the box itself. Put the face cover on, and that's it. The switch is done. So once I get this off, and let me put some electrical tape around it. As I said, it's better to put electrical tape around your switches so that nothing real short, even if it touches the box, you won't have any issue with the switch. So you just wrap some electrical tape around it, and it should be ready to go inside. Now I gotta just screw it in, and we're done. Just line this up and screw it in. You can pause it now. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to put back the pieces we cut out from here. I was going to put the switch over here on the side, but because this 6-inch vent is going up on to the upstairs, it's going to block it back in because I already put the switch on that side. So I'm going to put these little pieces in like that, and I'm going to screw the drywall back onto it, and just put some mud, let it dry, and sand it down. So now I'm just going to put these pieces in. Okay, so now I will get my drill and my screw, and we'll screw them in. I'm just using 1.5, 1.25 drywall screw to hold those pieces inside, so I'll have something to screw the drywall back onto. So let's go. This is one of the easier parts, so this is not too difficult. Just gotta get the right bit in the drill first. This is a number 2 bit and it's the wrong bit. So over here, trying to find my Phillips head bit so we can get these things back in. Okay, got it. So now I'm just gonna put this back in.
After going over the final adjustments, Hillary prepares to show Rachel and Adam some of the changes to her design.
You just want to countersink the screw head a little bit so when you mud it, it'll cover the screw head. So yeah, that's it. Very easy. Gonna put one on both sides just to make sure it's sturdy, because I got them right here pre-cut, so I'm gonna use them. Of course, I knocked over my screws, which is not the best thing in the world, but that's okay. I'll pick them up later. So again, let's put them in. Make sure the screws are not long enough to go right through both drywall and affect any wiring back there, but just in case you got wiring, you want to push it out of the way a little bit so that you're not hitting any wire that's back there. But as I said, the screws are not long enough to go that far in where it's going to create any problems with the wire. And I kept all the little pieces that I cut out, so I can just slip it right back in, just like that. And then put mud on it, and should be ready to go. So once I put them in, I'll tape it and mud it. And that's it. This is it. My lights are finally up. I think they look amazing. I love the gold color, the black accent on the roof. So all the hard work I did. Lights are finally up. Had to do all that patching at the top where I got my power. Run my power cord all the way down to where the source of my power. I just gotta mud that little area. Had to mud all these areas back, and switches in the corner. So just to show that the lights actually work. I'm gonna turn them on right now. Here we go. I know it's 2 different colors, but that's all the bulbs I have for now. I'm going to change out the bulbs later, but just to show you guys that they actually work. I'm not a professional or nothing, but I saved myself a couple of hundreds of dollars doing this myself. So thanks for watching, and remember to subscribe.